Hi everybody, it's Miss Thompson here. I'm going to read you a story today all about Lent. Now, next week it is Shrove Tuesday. You might know that as Pancake Day. What do you like to have on your pancakes? Now, today's story is all about Lent, and I'm going to talk to you about what Lent is and when it begins. Now, Lent begins on Ash Wednesday, which is the day after Pancake Day. It is the start of a very important time in the Christian calendar. Now, Lent runs all the way up to Easter, and this is the time that Christians remember Jesus' death and resurrection. It lasts for 40 days, not including Sundays. So, why is it that Lent is 40 days long? Well, there's a story from the Bible which explains why. Jesus goes into the wilderness. Now, before Jesus began his teaching, he spent 40 days and 40 nights in the desert to be with God. During this time, he had no food. Whilst Jesus was in the desert, the devil appeared trying to tempt Jesus. The devil knew that Jesus was hungry, so he told him that if he was indeed the Son of God, to turn the rocks nearby into bread. The devil knew Jesus could do this, but Jesus knew it was a trap and told him no. Next, the devil took Jesus to the holy city and to the top of a temple. He told Jesus to throw himself off the temple. If you are the Son of God, he told Jesus, then the angels will save you. But Jesus knew it was a trick, and he told the devil that he was not to test God. Finally, the devil took Jesus to a very high mountain and told him, all of the kingdoms of the world will be yours if you worship me. But Jesus told him to leave and that he only worshipped and served God. God was very pleased with Jesus and how he resisted the devil's temptations. So Jesus spent 40 days and 40 nights in the desert. He had no food or water. And whilst he was in the desert, the devil tried to tempt him with food. The devil made Jesus many promises, but each time Jesus told him no. And now Lent lasts for 40 days to remind Christians of Jesus' sacrifices when he was in the desert and also of his refusal to be tempted by the devil. So what do Christians do during Lent? In the past, Christians would give up all rich food and drink during Lent. This meant food such as meat, eggs, fats and milk products weren't eaten. People used up their rich foods before Lent began by making pancakes, and this is why we have Pancake Day. Now today, many Christians mark Lent by trying to give up something they like. It might be chocolate or something like video games. They do this to remember Jesus' sacrifice when he was in the desert and to test their own self-discipline, to see if they too can say no to temptation, just as Jesus did. And lots of churches during this time hold special Lent services. So when does Lent finish? Lent ends at Easter, when Christians remember Jesus' death on the cross and his resurrection. So what would you give up for Lent? We now know that Lent is a time for Christians to remember Jesus' sacrifice and how he resisted temptation. So if you were going to give up something for Lent, what would it be? And why would it be difficult for you to give it up?